Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this workshop, Checklist Before Living and Once Settling in Barcelona. We will talk today about the attitude and willingness to embrace change. Do you know the moving country is one of the most stressful life events after a death of a family member or divorce? Interesting. Moving to a new place, it will bring a mix of intense emotions. So changes country, changing languages, changing job, meeting new friends. They all part of a really challenging experience that will come up. We will have a lot of ups and downs. Even if Barcelona is a dream place for a lot of people, be prepared to expect lots of emotions at the same time. You will feel like on a roller coaster. Today, in this workshop, I would love to give you a few practical advice and a checklist of stuff to do before leaving your country, once you arrive in Barcelona, when you settle, and then I will give you some tips regarding the attitude to embrace change. But first, a little bit about myself. My name is Antonella Ghisu. I'm Italian. I'm from Sardinia. And I landed here in Barcelona in 2003. I was living in Los Angeles, in Brussels, in London. So I know exactly, for those of you from other countries, I know exactly how challenging and how sensitive it can be this transition. So I know that for personal reason, for personal experience, I'm a life coach expert in change management. So what I do is help my client to realize what change they need to achieve their goals in their personal and professional life. For the last 4 years, I have been I had the pleasure to work with the Eres Relocation, a relocation company expert in geographic mobility, and I had the chance to meet lots of people from all over the world. Indian, American, Portuguese, everywhere. So if you asking yourself, well, this is going to be complicated, yes, it will be a little challenging. Don't use the word complicate. It will be, but we're here to help. So Harris has a office everywhere in Europe, as you can see. So what we do, we help individual and companies employee to just to make this transition less painful, let's say, hopefully with less stress. So we assist our client logistically, legally, and emotionally. I give you a little examples. We do take care of the process to find a place, the inscription to your children to school. We take care of administrative and bureaucratic paper. We set up internet. We help you to do the utilities, the name of the utilities. So we do cover lots of service. And I wish, when I move in my life, I wish I had such amazing service to help. On top of this, we offer coaching because we realize how important it is to take care, not just the practical part of the transfer, but also the emotional part. Why? Because we all know that relocation can have repercussions in your private life, in your relationship, in your family, and not just in work. So, today we will start, let's say, with a checklist of things that you have to do before departure. It's a checklist pre-departure when you're still in your country. First of all, get ready all of your documents. Why? Because you will need it for the government complaints. Put in your bag, in your luggage, to reduce stress, everything you have. Passport, visa, marriage certificate, birth certificate, and remember, all of these documents, they should have a multilingual translation and a Spanish translation. Plan your household goods move, of course. You know, just reach the company, ask for budget. You have to bring whatever you need in your new place. Book your temporary accommodation. Okay, 2 months ago, 2 months before, 1 month before, book online a temporary accommodation. Normally, once or 2 months, there will be enough for you to find your final place in Barcelona. If you want to have a little bit of spare time and get rid of your kids for half of a day, remember, bring all the school records. They will be an essential part for description of your kids in Barcelona school. Talk to your bank and your insurances. Make sure that your debit card and your credit card will work abroad. And ask the option of the online banking and ask which one will be the commission for the cash withdrawal. Carry out your international documents. Okay, you have to bring, maybe you're thinking, glasses, prescriptions, medicine, whatever you think you will need it. And then you can book your flight. Welcome to Barcelona, beautiful city, nice weather, tapas, beach, the sun. It's definitely a fantastic city to live. What do you need to do as soon as you arrive? The registration. You need to have a Spanish registration number. So the NIE and the TIE, it's essential for any other step in Barcelona. After that, you can do the social security registration. So you go to the Spanish Social Security Department and you do the registration. This is going to be a requirement to start to work in Spain. You can also do the inclusion just after, straight after, you can do the inclusion of a family member as beneficiaries. You can open a bank account, so you go to the bank you think they work for you, and to open a bank account is pretty easy. You just need a work permit, and NIE, and valid ID, and your work contract. After that, this is the funny part nowadays, you have to find a place here in Barcelona. So be prepared of one of the most challenging experience. Nowadays, the rental market in Barcelona, it's just crazy. It's super fast, it's dynamic, and the nice and reasonable properties are staying in the market just a few days or even hours. So if you like a place, rush. Don't think too much. Your decision making has to be very, very short, okay? Remember, keep in mind that you will have to leave a down payment. That's normally 1 month. You will have to, that's just to ensure that the place is not going to be short to anybody else. You will have to, just to enter, you will have to pay 2 months deposit, the current month, and the 10% of the annual fees, of the annual rent for the agency. Just keep in mind as well that normally the rent has to be 1/3 of your salary. So I know this is going to be a little bit sometimes stressful. Don't worry, you will find a place for you here in Barcelona. School finding, there are 3 types of school here in Spain. We have the public, the semi-private, and the private. So if you want to enroll your kids in the public or semi-private system, the town hall registration is super important. So why? Because they allow you the proximity to the school. So our advice is look for school just a little bit early. Look for school before coming, at least you know which one is your preference, and you can look maybe for the house close to the school. Normally description is until March or April, but if you obviously arrive during the school year, don't worry. You will have to go to another consortium, the educational consortium, and there will be a place available for your kids. Utilities, on top of the rent, you also have to pay gas, electricity, and water, and internet. Remember as well that normally the landlord will ask for and home insurance, which is pretty useful. So you settle. We are in Barcelona, nice, you have your place, you have your kids in the school. What do you need next? These are really the next step that you have to go through. Town hall registration. With the town hall, you can go and register you and your family to the medical center. If you have any pets, you have to register the pets at the town hall office. Then you will have to change your driving license. Normally, you can use your one for 6 months, but then after that, you will have to change it. Keep in mind, Barcelona doesn't have any free spot parking, so you will have to pay for parking. And if you don't want to use the parking, here we go with the public transportation in Barcelona. Works super good, is cheap, is sustainable, and it works with metro, bus, local train, railway. And if you want to know Barcelona in a different kind of aspect, I don't know if you saw around the city the red bicycle. This is a great it's a great way to go around in Barcelona. So we talk about all the practical things that we have to do. But what about our emotion? How are we going to feel in all of this change? Excitement, anxiety, fear, happiness, apprehension, uncertainty, they're going to be the emotion that you will experience because you're doing something new. It's the unknown part of doing something new. So it's completely normal to feel it this way. And you're going to start to experience what we all know, it's called the cultural shock. What is the cultural shock? It's the first impact that you're going to have with another culture, with another country. You will feel a little bit disorientated. Why? It can be from small or big things. For example, I will put you my personal example as Italian, unfamiliar greetings or gesture. When I just arrived in Barcelona, I was kind of, wow, everybody were coming to you and they were kissing you. Right side, left side, and I was like, wow, this is great, they're so nice, they're so lovely. We normally in Italy, we used to shake our hands, so there was like, I don't know, do I know you? I don't know you. Anyway, long story short, right for the Spanish, left for the Italian. So when I go back home in Sardinia, I normally kiss half of the village on their lips because I go like this. So different food or time to eat. That was a kind of cultural shock for me. I'm used to eat early. I'm used to have dinner early. So I was like, okay, Antonella, let's go for dinner. Okay, getting ready, 7:30, 8. Oh, dinner was at 10 when I was about to crash on the sofa. So these little things, language barriers, you will realize soon that you arrive in Barcelona and you have to deal not just with the Spanish, but also with the Catalan. And sometimes, especially at the beginning, probably you get confused and you don't know which language they're speaking. Complexity of bureaucratic and administrative formalities, and many more. I'm sure that if I ask any of you to tell me a special story, you have one of your personal approach, of your personal cultural shock, because it depends on your culture and on your provenance. Now, we have the cultural shock, let's say that it can cause you frustration, uncertainty, doubt. You can feel lots of emotion, okay? It's not bad, no pasa nada. This is completely normal. So let's go to the stages of the cultural shock. They say we have a first stage. We all have to go through this. So maybe you're thinking, well, no, we all have to go through this. Honeymoon phase, first phase, wow, beautiful, excitement. You're amazed about the new place you're living. It's like, this is great. So how to make the most of this stage? Go out, enjoy yourself, discover Barcelona. This is a great place to live. Barcelona has a very active calendar of activity for adults and kids. So make a connection, develop connection, meet people, because this will be they probably will be the person that will help you when you started to go down, which is normal. As I said, then you're going to go to the crisis or the cultural shock phase, which is called frustration stage. This is arguably the hardest part, okay? You're starting to feel disconnect because you actually understand maybe you have to go to the doctor and you're not able to explain what's going on with you. You go to some restaurant and you don't know how to order food, or maybe you lose your keys and it's, oh, what I'm gonna do. Completely normal. Don't panic. It's absolutely something that we can go through to go up again. So what can you do? How can you survive at this stage of the frustration? Sign up to to a language class. This is a great occasion as well to meet people and to meet new culture. Keep your mind open. Stop comparing. What you may consider rude or irrational is just cultural, so don't take it personally. Keep in doing the effort, talk with the local, even if you feel unsociable, just talk to everybody and develop connection. After you went down, 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 this is the time to go up. And we arrive to adjustment phase. This is the stage where you start to set in, routine start to set, and you start to feel like, okay, this is not bad, I'm starting to have a few friends, I speak a few words of Spanish, so I'm doing good. How to progress in this stage? Please, don't say like, okay, I'm relaxed now, I know. No, keep doing your work, keep putting effort in your discovering process to meeting people. This is very important. Then at the end, everybody will arrive to adaptation phase. Okay, this is the phase where everybody wants to arrive, wants to leave. Why? Because, wow, I feel comfortable in my new place. I feel comfortable in my new environment, in my new culture. I like the way I live, let's say. So sometimes you don't have to feel, you're not going to feel at home. You're never going to feel at home because it's not your country, but you accept it. And the acceptance is longest and more stable than the euphoria of the honeymoon phase. So adaptation phase, that's what we want. And remember, cultural shock doesn't have to be a bad thing. Everyone can experience it differently. However, if you find the right way and if you try to handle with the situation, you will be proud of yourself one day when you will look back and you look at everything you achieved in this time. You say, wow, I did that. So this is something that you have to remember. Just, it's a challenge. It's something that it will bring you lots of new experience, new knowledgement. Remember, different isn't wrong. Different is just different. So, just to finish, and I would love to give you just a few final tips. Right attitude, super important. You need to have the right attitude to do the big step and to do the big change. Flexibility, you have to be flexible. Be open and positive. Open your mind. When you change country, change is inevitable. So that's it. We have to go through this. Open, positive, embrace adventure. That's the best part of a relocation. You actually know a new culture. This is great. How many people they have the luck to do something like that? Remember your why. There was a why. You pack your luggage. You were excited. Remember, like telling to your friend or to your family, wow, I'm moving to Barcelona. Remember that feeling. Remember that emotion that you had. Why? Because you need to develop intelligence emotion. Emotion are no good or bad. Emotional, they just are. So don't fight with them. Just trying to understand them. Okay? Just they there, and they just an automatic reaction of our feelings. So they tell us how to react in front of action, behavior, relationship. So they just there as an alert. Ride that roller coaster. So don't fight with emotion. Just try to ride the roller coaster. I hope today you will bring home some useful information. I have a paper there and Word documents for you. My final message of today is to make you think, to think out of the box, to find the meaning of the situation you are living. Because every country at the end has something to teach us, to enjoy, and to discover. Life happens. Adapt, embrace change, and make the most of everything that comes your way. Thank you. If you have any questions, we have, I think, 5 minutes. The difference is the near is for the European citizen. The tier is for no European citizen. So if just for the near, if you are European, you just need to go to the police station. For the no European, you will have to have a work permission before and then apply for a visa, and then you're going to have your tier. Okay? Yeah.
About the stage of cultural shock, how long does it take?
It depends on you. It can be like 5 months, 6 months. It depends on your attitude to adapt or change. Let's say now it can be 5 months or it can be 1 year. So it depends on you, basically. Thank you.